What are you?
Oh, it's doing Defender.net, the 2504 update, removal tool, and the 2410 update. So it might be finished by morning. Oh, we're live now.
Yep, we're live.
Yeah, if I could figure out what games we're playing.
Yeah.
Same 3 as last week.
Yeah, I wasn't around last week.
That's no excuse.
Demolition Derby, Chispy, and what's that other one?
I was hobnobbing with the in crowd.
You were hanging out with the kids.
That's right.
Because the heck with us.
What is my BCC got loaded up?
All right, what?
Chambers, Chispy, and Demolition Derby.
Let me go check.
Hey, I ought to be good at Demolition Derby. I'm good with the crash.
Archive games disc. Chispy, you say? CH?
It's not in the archive. It's check in the Game On Challenge channel. Check the pinned messages.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's Chispy. Where's Demolition Derby?
That's on the.
That one's on the archive.
Yeah, if I could spell it.
How am I supposed to see the pin? The pins will always be on the top, right?
Yeah, it should be right along the top. Game On Challenge. Welcome to CoCo Talk. Blah 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 blah. Then there's threads, notification settings, and pinned messages.
What is going on here? Howdy, folks.
Hello.
You know, when
Chambers in the archives, right?
What?
Chambers is in the archive?
Yeah.
It's probably already on your STC.
Yeah, but I'm not running. I'm running VCC.
Don't play Chambers on VCC.
No?
No, it runs way too fast and is impossible.
Oh, okay.
I think that was Chambers, right?
You have to play it on X-Roar.
Yeah. Back in a minute.
Okay, so no Chambers.
So X-Roar will run.
What the hell did I do with Demolition Derby?
There's 2 versions of Chambers.
Yeah, one has an extra 10 levels.
I suppose it's the 2025 version.
Yeah, if you think you can get through the first 20 levels, then you can play the other version to add an extra 10 levels, but good luck, because I've never even made it halfway through one level yet.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless you're Dr. Ted or
Yeah.
Why wouldn't go?
Because. Just because.
it doesn't like you.
Son of a.
And it looks like Derby has directions.
Yeah, I read them last week.
What do you mean direction?
Oh, cool. So I don't have to.
Kidding me.
Does Chispy CoCo 2 or 3? Yeah.
Shut up.
Pesky cat?
Pesky cat. Won't stop meowing.
Ow. Oh.
Yes, exactly like that.
Ow. Well, I got something better to say.
Yeah?
Woof, woof, woof.
Arf.
Welcome to the CoCo Nation Game On Challenge Live, episode 181, where this week we are playing Chambers for another week. We're also playing Chispy, and we're playing Demolition Derby. Yay! I remembered all three games for the with a little help from. So, we're coming down from that best high where everybody was having fun and us to go. Nice to the stuck. And we are playing the games that we played last week. That's why I was able twice in a row. So here we have our most excellent game players. One miss.
Or 5.
Why aren't you here playing? Yes, you out in the viewer lane.
So are you supposed to hit the cars or miss the cars?
Hit them. If you were
Bump them
here,
into the wall.
if you were here for the directions, you would know.
That's right.
Yeah,
We
well,
had a dramatic instruction reading without you.
I was in the in crowd. I was with the in crowd.
Oh,
Being with the cool people.
those cars. You want to get you want to hit 15 into the wall, get to the next level.
But I keep ricocheting off into the wall.
Yeah, you got to stop doing that, and you got to not run out of gas. In order to get gas, you see cars that have the longer cars that have halo. The log, that one there.
Like that one?
Yeah, you have to hit them into the wall, get gas. Left, go nail it. Ooh, you
Ah.
missed it.
See, me, it depends what I eat to get gas.
Yeah, you don't want to run into the wall yourself.
Oh well. Okay, I got it.
But say hello to
Har-
our
Har-
hi panel.
Hi.
Hello. Say hello to my
Hello.
little friend.
Howdy.
I died.
Again?
Don't do that. That's
You dieted.
I got a really good score, and I didn't get to post it.
Sure you did.
Or did I? Let me check. Anything.
It's like he
Slacker.
doesn't even care about the games.
Yeah. Well, he does not care about posting it. Just seems interested in playing. That really sucks. I cleared the entire screen except for the last one.
What? O and P is what makes Chispy run.
Sure what I hit, but I got killed.
I don't know about the O, but the P
That's all
sure
that
makes
matters.
me run.
Ah! I see what you said there.
It's the old man in me. Oh crap.
Hmm.
Go. I need some fuel. No.
You know, when I'm supposed to be missing cars, I hit all of them. But now that I'm supposed to be hitting cars, I keep missing them all.
Not sure I like Chispy. Graphics are interesting, but
Been taking driving lessons from your wife, or
I'm trying to hit them. I ran out of fuel. I keep trying to hit them into the wall that this keep bouncing.
you have to get them when they're on their way towards the wall or within like a half an inch of the wall. I guess it depends on the size of your monitor. If they're too far from the wall, you won't make it. And if they're going away from the wall, you'll never get them into it unless they're really close.
Hmm.
The fuel trucks are just tough.
Well, I got 900.
Nice. I just had a fuel truck get rear-ended by an ambulance, and they both blew up.
I should think.
Yeah, but it's rare in this game. Ah. One more. Should be the first time I completed the second course. If I can make it without running the games. There we go. No button. I have made it to course 2, which is the third course because it starts on 0 for some reason.
Well, that's how you count in computer, 0 to 256.
Right? 0 to 255.
Or, sorry, 255, yeah.
Fence post error.
So
I hate respawns.
in which game?
Chispy.
I haven't played that one yet. Where do you? Is it on the archive?
It's on. I'll never say it. In the Game On Challenge, in the pin, it's pinned.
Okay.
Beetle acquired. Yay.
So close. 7,200.
Ah. Oh, game over, man. Game over. How do you get your high score from that one? You don't.
You got to go back in the stream and take a shot.
Running out of fuel. Nope. die.
That's a friend.
Yeah. Try something else. Whoops. VCC crashed. No. Why? Whoops, that's a bit loud. Oh! Well, somehow I'm just doing worse every game, so I think that's a sign. Yes. And none of them beat my high score, so.
Heard so many good things about Chispy. I'm just dying to try it.
I actually kind of like Chispy. It's once you get into understanding how to play it, although you have
I
to
like
be
the graphics.
used to.
Right, kind of like a lot of the Inafudo games.
Yeah, well, you have to be really used to the kind of European pixel perfect jumpers and stuff. So
Okay. Huh. Finally.
Woof woof.
And that was Chispy that was making the noise.
Nope, I'm turning it down a little bit, threshold. There we go.
Oh, I'm bad at this. Somehow I did it once, which just confuses me even more. How do you poop again?
Are you using keyboard or joystick?
Keyboard.
I use the configuration so you can map your keys,
No.
but I'm not sure about that one by the
Oh,
default.
I think it's Z.
Yeah, it's right by whatever your jump button is, or your fire, or your your jump button. I can't remember on keyboard exactly.
The space is jump, and I think it's Z or X does the duty. Yeah. Oh, this is so hard.
Sorry.
Okay. Now that I've got the title screen, now what?
Get a key? Get your any key?
Yeah, nothing. Did I start this thing correctly? Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, I think it's playing music in the background.
Oh, well, which I have turned off.
Yep.
I have sound on. I'm not hearing anything.
Well, I'm not even getting anywhere with this game.
Same.
Can't even move.
O and P move left and right. I think it's space bar to jump and C to crap.
Well, I don't know what the hell I did over in that corner, but
It's a steaming pile of something.
I guess.
kind of like the whole game. Yeah.
Okay, now what?
Now die.
I guess. I mean, I can push the box off the edge, but then what?
Yeah.
Now you got to walk off when the bat is at the very bottom. Walk right off the edge, and you should and just keep walking straight off the edge. There, up, but stop once you hit that ledge.
And
Now, if you walk back down, and you got to land in
Avoid
front
the
of the
mouse.
land in front of him and poop, and then get out of the way, and he'll die.
Damn, that's some potent poop.
Yep.
Now, what was my poop button?
I think it's C to crap. But I could be wrong.
Z looks like.
It
Oh, what I
doesn't
need to
really seem
do-
matter. It just
Hey, Curtis.
So, who let the Curtis in?
I mean, I've been out so long, I don't even remember what the games are. I think Demolition Derby is one of them, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Good, I'm sure.
it is. Enough for me. Got Demolition Derby, Chambers, and Chispy. Oh, we got some Booyan action.
None of them.
This is a hard game.
It
Which
is
one?
Chispy.
Oh, yeah, it's impossible.
It's not impossible.
No.
Chispy.
Just improbable.
It's not impossible for Buck Owens.
No, he solved it in like 6.5 minutes.
The rest of us,
Although- That wasn't his first try.
Does he have like a bionic implant with digital timing and stuff? Or?
He is a bionic.
That's enough for this game.
Yeah. I think it's too much. Oh. Oh my God. Kidding.
I have not improved at this game over the years.
Sure. I'm not a complete idiot, but I play one on the Game On Challenge.
Oh,
Stop chasing me.
I'm done.
With which one, Chispy?
All of them.
Genius.
Look at this.
True. No.
How often does fuel come out in Demolition Derby?
Oh, no.
Very often.
Quite often.
Am I not recognizing what it is?
Randomly.
It's the
It's
ones
got the
that,
little,
The truck with the halo on top.
yeah.
they got the little white line down the side.
Okay, maybe I just haven't seen one yet.
There's two of them right there.
Which one's the one that just below me there?
Yeah, one just came on the screen there. You just hit him.
Oh. I didn't realize that was it.
Wow. That's a high score. Oh, it's a high score I will stop with.
Well, they don't give you much fuel, do they?
The more things you hit, the
Nope.
faster your fuel goes away.
No, I mean like the ramming the fuel truck into the side doesn't really give you a lot of fuel. The
No.
teeny bit.
No.
Enough to get to
How
the
much
next
do you
fuel
expect
truck.
to get when you run a vehicle into the side of the road?
Gives you enough to get to the next fuel truck. Or the sight of you running out of gas.
If you're lucky.
Ah. I fooled him and ran to the side of the wall instead.
I do that quite often. Just to mess with them.
The old fakeroo, yep.
Oh, come on.
And they're extremely hard to get into the wall. You have to get them when they're going towards the wall, not away from it.
Yeah, I'm just figuring that out. When you hit them, they don't
So
move
you'll
much.
never get them into it. No.
Oh, it's one of those ambulances the manual warned me about.
Do not eat the ambulance.
If the ambulance takes out a fuel truck, do you get the fuel or no?
I don't think so.
Darn.
I think you do if another car takes it out. I never had it do it with an ambulance.
Sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't. I think there's a glitch at the beginning. 'Cause I've had it to where there's 2 fuel trucks right at the start, and I get them both to blow up. But it's from hitting other cars, and I don't have a single point yet, and they don't count.
Well, you don't get points for the fuel trucks.
Yeah, but it doesn't count on my vehicle destruction either on the little thing on the right. They don't
Oh,
show
okay.
up until I kill one.
Ah!
And then the cars that I bang into the wall. But right at the beginning of this, cars bounced off each other into the wall and I got nothing. But then once you get 1 point, then the bounces count. Kind of weird.
Oh shoot! I changed the color by accident. How do you change it back?
You're stuck with green.
Clear?
Oh, don't tell them that.
Clear, I think. Oh. Control Alt Break. Reset. Yeah, that's it. No.
Oh, they have a different key for each color.
Yeah.
Okay, what's black? Because I don't want to play it in dragon mode.
On my keyboard, it's the end key, which is on my DOS keyboard here.
Yeah, I'm getting in. It's giving me green. Home or clear is giving me white. How do you get back to black?
Oh.
All right, I had the whole thing clear except for the
Shift? Try shift.
Oh, shift went to green.
Okay, now hit break the break key or the end key or whatever.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, you're stuck on either green or white.
Manual. You guys are no darn help.
Not playing that game.
Try break.
I did.
I'm not writing your essay for you, Curtis. Do your own research.
Do your own homework, man.
Ah, it's escape. There we go.
I said break. Isn't that what it is on an emulator?
Sometimes it's that. Sometimes it's end. That depends, I think, on the emulator configured.
I'm getting worse and worse at this game.
Which one?
Demolition Derby.
That's pretty well what I've been doing.
I made it to the second stage on my first game, and I haven't even gotten close to the second stage since.
I made it on I think my third game.
I made it to the third stage once.
Oh.
I did not hear Boston playing.
Don't look back. That turbo mode I can't seem to get working either from what I saw.
I couldn't get it working either.
It does. I think they lied.
I think they took it out of the game.
Quite possible. Whoever cracked it, buggered it up.
No, because I've got this on cartridge, and I don't remember ever hitting the fire button doing anything. Oh. That was hardly worth it.
You can pause Demolition Derby.
And then there's you have to hit like 2 keys to make it go again, and I can't remember what they are.
I think it's shift clear. Yeah, it's weird.
53 keys on the keyboard, and they had to make you making all these weird combos.
Right?
Too bad this isn't one of the ones that there's source code on the spectral hard drive image. I'd fix it there. Oh, come on.
Yes.
Not gonna it.
There, I made track 2 again anyway.
Shift clear, does that work? Yes, shift clear works. Oh. Oh, okay. Dang it, no. Rude.
Hey, what's the name?
Hi, Bruce.
Whoa.
Whoa, darn it.
I think I heard my name. Hello.
Greetings.
Mr. Bruce Moore.
Welcome.
I thought the name was Darn It.
That's the name of my car.
So, Bruce, did your son put that cup in a cherished location there after winning the game there at CoCo Fest?
Oh, good question. I never actually saw. I imagine it's on his shelf. I have to go ask. Hang on a second here. Oh, I see it. It's right beside him. There's some guys doing a game on a challenge here, Jacob, and they're wondering where your Nightmare Highway mug ended up.
On my desk.
On his desk.
Okay.
Have you used it? Or are you just looking at it? What?
Yes.
Oh, it's actually using it.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
For hot cocoa?
No, mostly water.
Could you hear that?
What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
mostly water.
What are you talking about? It's supposed to have hot cocoa in it.
All right, well, that will be coming up then.
Oh, I got a new high score. Go in here.
Oh.
So while you guys are playing games, I'm fiddling around with
Oh.
Glenn Hewlett's basic
Compiler?
609 compiler. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty sweet on performance.
Yeah.
It's actually faster than Graph Express, and I think it gives you more memory too.
It's actually on the 4th level.
Ah, what did I do?
What I'm mostly interested in is
Yeah, 2
drag
ambulances.
old code into there and see if it might compile any of my old stuff.
I think he's made it basically an integer compiler, so there's some stuff you'll have to tweak, graphics wise especially.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. But some of my stuff doesn't use any floating points, so
Yeah, like, a lot of graphic coordinates. You might calculate it all integers, so once you switch it over, it should.
Yeah. I think he's also, but he's also floating point port now too. So who knows?
Yeah, but it'll be a lot slower.
Well, yeah.
I've shown comparisons with Basic 9 using integer variables for doing a series of pokes on the screen versus doing integers, and it's like order of magnitude faster, if not more than one.
No, I get it. The only stuff where I'm doing floating point would be some sort of weird calculations in a very non-speed oriented game. So
Yeah.
See here.
Oh, I'm rocking it. Oh. Had three ambulances on the screen at once.
At the rate I'm driving, I should have more than that.
I want to be the ambulance.
Right? How do you get ahead in this game? Oh, it made it to level 5, course 5.
The ambulance is
Well,
a
course
non-player
4.
character.
No, that needs to be version 2 of this game. Who's on it? Nick?
Is it fair to use the double speed pump? This thing is like dog slow. It's like flying a B-29.
You can.
Oh, yeah, you can have fun.
Do it.
Which one are you playing, Mark?
It's a fun one, yeah. I've done it.
Derby.
Oh yeah, go for double speed.
Or maybe even triple speed since I have.
Yeah, if you got a gimme Z or a gimme X, go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see that.
I was playing with Al's benchmark, and I was using random 0, which is I guess returns the same value all the time. But it took 1 minute and 40 seconds to run it at regular speed, and 50 seconds at double speed, and 30 seconds, 1 second at triple speed.
Right.
It's the only way to run Nitrous 9, I tell you.
I only got 200 points still.
Oh, wait. I gotta.
So you can run into the other cars, but you can't run into the walls.
I've got quite a run going here. I'm at 14.
Yeah, or the medians, or the ambulance that comes up behind you, or the rocks, or
the debris.
Well, it is deceiving. It's so slow that you kind of like overcompensate, and then you're like, ah.
Yeah, it's got pretty sloppy steering. I'll give it that.
You got to be real careful where you hit the cars.
I can score points with this game. You die if you run into certain things, but
On Demolition Derby, you gotta run things into the wall. Mainly the spikers are 300 points.
oh, so you got to crash other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pretend you're on one of the tollways in Chicago.
There we go. Just before I wiped out, I got Spiker.
Nice. I've made it to course 5. I don't know how. Oh, ambulance.
This was a cartridge game, wasn't it?
What's that?
Demolition Derby is a cartridge game, right?
Yes, it was.
I think I have it.
Oh,
Actually.
yeah.
Oops, I bounced off the car and went in the wall. But I got 1300.
No. Oh. Okay, so if the ambulance puts them into the wall, you do not get the points. Every 10,000, you get another car.
Oh, and I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I didn't think I would, but I just hit 20. I don't know how I'm doing this. Oh.
Well, Bob, it sounds to me like you've got Dr. Ted over there playing the game while you commentate.
I hit course 6. Oh, you do get the fuel if another car knocks the fuel truck into the wall.
Oh, that's good.
Now, the question is, after this game is over, will you be able to do this again?
Why even play the game again? Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Oops. So, curiosity, who all here on the call's got a gimme Z or a gimme X?
I do.
Not yet.
Well, you had one briefly.
I did.
What are the main benefits of the Gimme Z?
You can buy it.
It supports 2 meg of RAM without having to do any extra soldering. For one, you can run it at 2.86 megahertz if you have one of the more modern RAM upgrades.
It's more available than the Gimme X.
Yeah. They'll gradually catch it up to the Gimme X. Like there's a lot of features that Ed and Gary added in over the years. So we just got the first iteration up, but the triple speed's the main one that I would be using.
Yeah. Well, the triple speed and the fact that you can now build an entire color computer from scratch.
Yeah, if you use Pedro's board and his pepper chip and get the off-the-shelf stuff.
And the other one also. What's the other one besides the pepper?
The daiquiri.
Daiquiri, yeah. The daiquiri, the pepper. Yep, everything can be built now from off-the-shelf parts. No cocos are sacrificed.
You're talking about a CoCo 3, not a CoCo 2?
Yeah, CoCo 3.
Right.
Yeah, he's got a CoCo 2 board too that you can
Yeah,
build.
yeah. if you can find a VDG chip,
Or a CoCo VGA.
probably some, or that, yeah, that's another
Yeah.
alternative.
Yeah, Brendan said he's pretty
Well, no,
close to
you
having
still
production back on again on the
have a-
CoCo VGA.
Okay, so that one doesn't require like a daughter board for the socket for the chip, like
CoCo VG
CoCo
yeah,
DB.
no, the CoCo VGA, you have to pull the 6847, drop this in, and then put the
VDG.
47. Yep, for the CoCo VG, and then you have to put the
Back
VDG back into it. Yeah. Yep.
Right, so you do still need the chip, yeah.
Correct.
I don't. It's like I know he's doing a new version of it with the newer, what is it, FPGA or CPLD or whatever it is. Is he planning on making it so you don't have to have the original one, or he's doing any using a new bigger chip? Does anybody know?
That I don't know.
Seems like
I
it
did
would
talk
be
to him. Sorry.
I heard he was
trivial if we
using a
can make a
newer.
gimme chip, you know.
I did talk to him briefly at CoCo Fest, but he just said he was working on a board, but he didn't say whether or not like the 6847 would not be required afterwards.
Yeah, I mean the 6847 is a lot easier to find than a gimme because CoCo and the Dragons and the MC10 aren't the only computers that use them. The Acorn, was it the Atom or the Electron? One of those used it, and Fairchild and a few others. So there are a few more kicking around.
I bought 10 of them on eBay last year pretty easily, and they all worked, even coming from China.
I remember at one point Ed Snyder had made it was a CoCo 2 using all modern parts somehow. A kit. Like I don't think he ever got it into production, but he actually had it running. I don't remember how he did it, but it seemed to use all modern parts somehow.
I think he had a mix of some modern and some not, if I remember.
Right, he also had reduced form size. It was like half
Yeah.
the size of the CoCo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the 8x.
Mac Mini
like-
was like a little thing. Oh, I loved it. HDMI out.
Yeah, Alan's Gimme Z has DVI out, but you can hook it up to a DVI. I guess that's another advantage. Gimme Z has HDMI out. Gimme X only has VGA for high level stuff. I mean, it's also got analog RGB composite RF.
Well,
But it doesn't have the
the
audio.
nice thing to having the VGA.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about having a VGA output is you can get one of those $2 HDMI converters and inject audio. And then have your HDMI on a single cord with audio.
Can't you hack it into an HDMI cable too? It's just that legally you're not supposed to sell it that way unless you pay their exorbitant licensing fees.
No, you just can't call it.
Problem is it's digital, so you have to figure out how to encode it. Then
It
the
has to
tricky
go
thing-
into the signal digitally though. Yeah, there's not an analog path in that cable.
Okay.
Also, the CoCo VGA has those added graphics modes and stuff like that he has. You know, if you wanted to.
Yeah,
program
it's got
with
like redefinable character set, 64 by 32 text, or 128 by 64,
work.
9-color graphics.
It is a lot of work though, but I think he has a waiting list of over 100
Yep.
people.
Yeah.
Because after COVID, I think the main chip he was using disappeared, didn't it?
Uh,
A lot of the 5-volt tolerant FPGA devices have gone basically obsolete. That means all the new stuff has to have level shifting buffers.
No, we just have to get Glenn to make a 639 version of his basic compiler. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Maybe you will next.
How hard could it be?
Well, it wouldn't be because he's actually got source code. I'd do it on Graph Express, except I have to disassemble the whole darn package to figure out where everything is. I found a few spots I could do, but they might break other things because there's different entry points, and that means basically I have to disassemble the entire darn thing. Not impossible, but rather a pain.
Wait, does LW ASM, does it compile for 6.3?
Yep. Yeah, it has an option to turn that on.
Well,
Yeah, no,
you
it's
know,
fine.
the Glenn's compiler, it basically makes ASM that you feed to LW ASM. So
Yeah, he should be able to just turn on a mode, but he'll have to write some subroutines like his different graphic
Yeah.
routines and stuff where, you'd use a TFM and not a stack blast, for example.
right. So that'd be probably wouldn't be hard to implement some of that.
No, it wouldn't be.
Up.
Having done it myself with OS 9 drivers, yeah, it's actually not that hard one to. Once you have source code, which he does.
Well, the work that guy's done, it just blows my mind.
Yeah. Is he planning on going back to that Amiga game port he was doing for the CoCo 3 too? Rick Dangerous, I think it was called. He'd started it.
I don't know, but the fact, he transcoded Pac-Man, and then what he did,
And Defender and Joust and Robotron.
What else did he do?
Defender, Robotron, and Joust, just off the top of my head.
Oh,
Robotron's a tough one, but yeah.
Oh man, I mean, and then and now he's doing this. It's just like, I don't know. It just seems.
Yeah, he put up some screenshots from Rick Dangerous because he was actually going to make it the first 2 meg CoCo 3 game because he was going to have all the full scrolling background music a little bit, and then he got kind of distracted with the basic compiler. So.
Look, squirrel.
Yeah, Bob. It seemed like everyone knew that Curtis and Ken and Sloopy wasn't going to be there, but people must not have picked up on the fact that you weren't, because I had 3 people ask me if I knew where your table was.
I knew where it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to go, but.
Yep, understood.
I had transmission went out of my car. Ooh. So.
Things happen.
And you didn't want to Flintstone it all the way to CoCo Fest?
That's true. I did not.
No fun.
No.
You could have had Nightmare Highway Part 2 there with your car.
Nightmare Walking Path. Ouch.
Yeah, sometimes life has a way of throwing curveballs at you at the most inappropriate time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've replaced the transmission in a car. I can't even imagine what they probably get you now for.
$4,200 plus labor.
Ouch.
Wow.
Plus labor.
Ouch.
And the dealerships, they're like $160 an hour labor now.
And
So,
I'm taking it probably takes more than an hour. So.
it does. I actually just traded it in since they were bugging me to buy a new car anyway.
Well, there you go.
Let somebody else worry about that.
Yeah, we mentioned Nightmare Highway and Ken Raker popped up in the chat. We accidentally summoned him. We mentioned it 3 times.
Right?
Nightmare Highway.
Okay. Who's going to summon David Ladd by talking about floppy disks?
Floppy drive.
Oh. Ken, you can excuse yourself. Ken, you can excuse yourself now.
Ah.
Heck. Yeah, it's Demolition Derby works both ways. You bounce off the car and into the wall yourself.
Yep.
Yeah. Always make sure you're on the inside of the car when you hit it.
Yeah, every
Great,
time I
huh?
run into a car, I always make sure I'm on the inside.
I haven't broken 1300 yet.
Are you playing double speed yet?
Nope. It does seem to be speeding up, though.
It does.
Just
James
a little
D.
stream.
James D has joined us.
He has.
Oh, I haven't seen him in a while. Does that mean he's going to be back on his 6803 optimized basic? I wish you could play Chambers with
Tell you
my.
one,
Go ahead.
tell you a trick, Mark. Don't hit cars unless you can knock them into the wall, because it takes away fuel.
Was it like splash out the filler neck or something?
So
Yeah,
do you get a
apparently.
chance to refuel? Are there any refuel points or anything? Or
Yeah, you got to run the fuel trucks into
So
the side of the
there's-
wall.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because that's exactly how I do it in real life.
your color set is backwards.
CoCo 3.
Oh, you're on 2-player.
Yep.
So
That
those are
too.
fuel trucks right there at the bottom. They got like a white halo at the top. That's a fuel
Those fuel
truck.
trucks. Okay.
Those two right there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Not to
you
move
can
on.
only get them into the wall when they're close to the wall. They're very tough.
Yeah,
And
they've
they
got
have to
good
be
steering.
Moving. Yeah, they need to be moving towards the wall, not away from it. You'll never push them into the wall if they're moving away from it,
Too much mass and
unless they're
motion.
really
Yeah.
close. Yeah, if they're really close, maybe, but those are.
What game are you guys playing?
What was that?
Hang
I'm
on.
not sure how I keep switching modes from 1-player to dual to 2-player.
Move the joystick left and right when you start the game.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep it to the left of center.
Wow, a lot of people.
There is.
Why aren't they playing?
Darn
the
it,
game?
we're popular.
And people
Can't
like
have
us.
that.
And people like
We
us.
just wanted to see what all the other people were here for.
Oh,
The same
Nick was here
thing.
and then Nick was gone.
Same thing has been happening for the last 3 years. That game on 5.
Is that the regular Donkey Kong transcode or the remix version?
Oh boy.
I'm not sure who's playing it.
Oh, haven't done Robotron in a while. Wait, that's not right. Do what? I was playing the remix earlier.
Yeah, that one's hard. I'm not very good at that one at all.
It's no fair the way I keep dying.
Don't do.
I'm back.
Uh-oh, somebody's having a Robotron attack here.
That's what that game is. I knew that looked familiar. Robotron, yeah.
Wingnut, you got a CoCo 3 at the fest, didn't you?
Yeah,
So you get to try all these CoCo 3 games now.
yeah, man. And yeah. And I got a CoCo SDC on the way, so I can get with the level 2 OS9 or Nitrous 9.
Well, you can get everything on there.
Well, now
Yeah.
you're just buttering up. Now you're just buttering up to Curtis now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't really try it. It's not worth it. It's really disappointing.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Ken, you're fired.
So I saw the version of Kermit on the archive. I'm kind of excited about that.
Yeah, actually, we just covered it in the news last week, but Guim just released the updated, I think at the end of April, SDC Master Zip, which has everything that he's got in the entire site. You can download in one shot. So that's all the games, the utilities, word processors, everything. Magazines, you name it. It's like 600 and I can't remember how many meg zip. So if you download the one zip file there, you should be able to get your SDC completely full unless you ordered it preloaded.
No, I didn't. All right, there you go.
So if you look at the show notes from last week, it should have the direct link to it. And I've been doing some more digital archaeology on a second hard drive image, so there's some stuff that looks pretty interesting on there, though I haven't got far enough to try it all yet. I did try King's Quest 6, though. What was that?
Sounds good.
No.
That was kind of harsh.
Sounds like somebody accidentally dropped a cat in a blender.
Would do that around.
That was my lead instrument in my punk band in the 80s.
It would definitely,
Cat in a blender?
that would definitely be.
Yeah,
intense.
I upgraded from gerbil.
They don't make as much noise.
I mean, the question has to be asked is how would you know what a cat in a blender sounds like?
Well, you just heard it.
I was wondering the same thing.
Gee, of all the things I wondered about, the sound of a cat in a blender just never crossed my mind.
So none of you guys ever saw that comic. It was a comic strip that actually did that. They were introducing a punk band on stage, and on lead, gerbil in the blender is so-and-so. That was part of the joke. Like you have lead gerbil in a blender, so apparently you have rhythm ones too.
Right.
Clearly, they were so popular, we've all heard of them.
I must have read pretty twisted comics when I was a kid. That's probably what happened.
It is probably that was the Star Phoenix, wasn't
it? No, it would have been the Red Eye, if anything. Ken's probably the only person here on the call that has a clue what I'm talking about.
Yep.
I was thinking maybe Mad Magazine or something, but
No, it's a bit too risque for Mad. Mad was usually pretty clean. Oh, there's Robotron. Is that Bob?
Yeah, that delay. That was me. Now I'm playing Reptus.
Yeah, what are you looking at, Curtis?
I'm just watching on the YouTube channel.
Oh boy, you're really.
I just said I don't think Bruce has said he'd never seen Robotron running on the CoCo, so I just wanted to point out that he could take a look.
Oh yeah. Well,
That was
somebody
like
wants to
5
zoom
minutes
him
ago.
up.
That was like 5 minutes ago, though. He's
Yeah.
playing Reptus now.
Oh, you mean I missed
Is my
it?
stream that far behind? Like what the?
Yeah.
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 Oh, it is too. How the hell that happened? I didn't tell it to go back. As far as I know, I must have accidentally clicked or dragged it or something. Never mind.
You can watch the stream back and watch Bob play Robotron.
Well, I've seen it lots of times. I've played it.
Talking to Bruce.
Oh,
It's not all about you, Curtis.
it should be. Damn it!
Not all
Also,
about OS 9.
It never is, but it should be.
also, you can just download it and play it.
Yep.
It's on the archive.
Yeah, all that stuff has included that new mega zip for the SDC. So.
I mean, geez, Curtis, you're not even the center of Canada. That's Bruce.
Yeah, he's technically closer to the center than I am. Actually, I think your cabin's probably closest to the center.
No, Bruce would be, because center is right outside of Winnipeg.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that not including Newfoundland?
It's just east of you just exit the perimeter and you're on it practically.
Yeah,
Or no,
it's about
is that
4 or 5 kilometers from that SOS or the Shell station or no SO station, whatever that station is.
yeah,
That can't be including Newfoundland, though, is it?
Yeah, it's the geographical center of Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought it was just the geographical center of like mainland. Canada.
the longitudinal center, right?
Yeah, longitudinal. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, yeah. Just a few miles outside of, not much.
Actually, I think technically David Craker, is it David Craker that lives out there?
He lives southeast of Winnipeg.
Yeah, so I think he's right on the line there of the center.
He
Town that he's in.
might actually. Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty close actually.
Just south of the number 1.
Are you thinking of switching over your Doom game to the compiler there, Bruce?
Oh no. No, that would be
Too much work.
yeah, that would be a very huge switch. That's like I'm 75% done. Like to switch now would be
Well, plus, I guess his compiler, that's for CoCo 3 only, too, isn't it?
no. I don't think so.
Okay, because I thought he was supporting all the CoCo 3 graphics modes, but not the
He,
CoCo
he,
ones.
he is supporting a bunch of CoCo 3 stuff, but that doesn't mean it's not like the
Exclusive.
Circle that only runs on a CoCo 3.
Okay.
So yeah, if you run if you don't use CoCo 3 commands, it'll be
It'll
fine.
still work. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. Might have to get you guys on for a demo of it sometime. We keep talking about it, but haven't really ran anything to show what it runs like.
Oh, the compiler?
Yeah. And then just to show what a compiled program, how it runs to it.
Oh,
Original. We've seen a couple demos of the UG Basic, Micro Games Basic, which is that cross-platform compiler.
yeah.
And it
Well,
does pretty good on speed, but Glenn's is quite a bit faster.
He's got a couple of GIFs just in his GitHub that you can download, and it shows sort of a side by side. Here's the running in basic, and here it's running in compiled, and it's shocking the speed changes in some cases.
Yeah, because one thing I'd like to see is it compared with Graphic Express, because Jim Mullis has been working on that Superpowers game. And it runs pretty good, but the problem is Graphic Express takes so much RAM up from basic.
Right, yeah.
And I know why he did it. He has everything, so you pass it as strings, because handling strings is much faster than handling floating point conversions.
Yeah, you got it. Right. You can't have speed and compact at the same time. Usually, you got to pick one.
Yeah, you unroll loops and precompiled sprites, which is basically just load store instead of loops.
Yeah, Glenn's got a whole bunch of stuff in there, like adding sprite code and also.
Yeah, he's got
This-
scrolling. He was just adding it recently.
Yeah, this is more than a basic compiler. This is something.
Yeah, well, that's what GraphExpress is, because GraphExpress has like hardware scrolling horizontal and vertical. It has windowing, non-stopping windowing too, so you can actually have multiple screens on the physical screen all at once, and you can move them around over top of each other, and they keep running underneath and stuff. So,
Wow.
and it's the first time I've ever seen self-modifying stack blasting code.
That's just scary.
It was a bugger to disassemble, I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, no kidding. Well, Simon Jonason did some of that self-modifying code to get some of his magic, but yeah, to be able to keep that all straight in your head, it just feels like another planet.
Yeah. Well, the way Jeff did it in his, I think his main stack blasting for, say, copying a rectangle of graphics from one spot to another. He basically uses, I'm trying to remember, I think it was 6 byte stack blasts, like pushing and pulling 6 bytes worth of registers. But he allows you to use any even byte. Like one limitation he has, you can't just do odd pixel stuff because that would slow things down. You have to do masking and all kinds of other crap then. So he just has it so you do even byte. But basically what that means is if you're doing a large rectangle, he modifies the entry and exit points of the stack blast. So you might change a push DXY to store D, comma, U or something like that, jumping in an extra byte or two, and then it does a basically modifies the stack blast unrolled loop for whatever size of graphic you're doing widthwise, runs through and copies all that entire block, and then it changes it back to normal in case you have to like scroll a screen or something. That was a pretty weird technique.
Yeah. I have no idea what you just explained to me.
Well, something to say, if I could either get the original source code from Jeff, which, I mean, Jim's in contact with Jeff, but Jeff doesn't think he has it anymore. Or if he does, he'd have to really dig to find it. But if I could find it, I could take that entire unrolled loop, which is, I don't know, 70, 80 bytes, and change it to like 5. And just do a TFM on a 6309, and it's faster and take less room.
Okay.
And GraphExpress is ready pretty fast. Have you ever ran that, Bruce? Like seen the demos that come with it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you should download from the archive and give it a shot there. It's even got 256 color support for composite monitors.
GraphExpress, is that an OS9 module?
Nope. No, this is by Jeff Steidl from Sundog. The same guy who wrote Photon and finished the Contras.
Oh, okay.
You should see the stuff that Jim Lillis has done with that.
Yeah, if you've seen any of the superpower stuff we've been covering the last year or two here, that's all done in GraphExpress. In basic with GraphExpress added on.
Oh, that's cool.
It supports like multi-voice music and overlapping windows and screens bigger than the actual physical screen that you can just move around in.
Okay, honey. Can you plug this in?
Just run the demo. You can just kind of see what it was capable of back in like 1990, 91, I think. I know Paul Thayer tried it and he found it a bit too restrictive memory-wise. Jim did figure out a couple things because you can actually run one program that like loads all your get put buffers and sets up your screens. The big virtual ones that are like 128K per screen or something. And then run the main program and all that stuff's still there, so you can kind of just hijack it all. So he got fairly large number of really large detailed sprites and stuff in there. But for a basic program, it's actually pretty darn impressive with the add-on.
Yeah, that is.
If you remember the old Sundog ads in Rainbow, they advertised it quite a bit after it came out. And Bruce, you've seen Nick's pinball game that's in progress?
No, I have not. Pinball, huh?
Yeah, CoCo 3 pinball with vertical hardware scrolling.
Oh, wow.
I think you're like Paul. Once you get busy doing your own project, you don't like being distracted by everything else going on in the community. Because Paul's the same way. I've actually we just did a kind of cover the last couple of weeks here of a lot of the CoCo gaming projects that are currently in progress and pretty close to being done for release. Like we should be released next couple of months. And Paul hadn't seen any of them. I don't know if you have or not.
So
Probably have.
before I head out, I'll load up Defender, the
Cool.
arcade Defender.
The transcode?
Yeah.
I'm still disappointed. Glenn, there was one or two other Williams games that used 6809s that he could have ported and he never got to them.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd be able to pull off Sinistar. That I think had dual CPUs, if I remember.
Maybe we could get a second CPU and a cartridge.
Well, Jim Braden had that dual 609s, each with their own dual ported 512K of RAM that you put in a cartridge slot, and you still have the 609 in your main CoCo, so you had three of them. And that you could have been doing some background audio and all kinds of graphics tricks and everything, but I don't think you ever into full manufacturing because there's quite a bit of software drivers you need to write to get all that to work properly.
Yeah, he was talking about that at the show. He said there's got a lot of projects that are kind of on the back burner because nobody stepped forward to make the software happen. So
Yeah.
it hasn't been able to go forward with it.
Yeah, I know. He offered it to me when he first started working on it, but the problem with me is I've already got so many software projects as it is. I don't need any more to distract me. I'm falling behind on the ones I'm doing now.
Oh, come on.
You kind of need
Can't.
with new hardware.
You're not being. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, I just it seems that you got to bring if you're going to bring some new hardware on, you got to partner with somebody to bring the software on, or else it's
Yeah.
like,
Moot.
we'll
Yeah.
make it.
No kidding.
Or you got to be one of those geniuses that you can write a generic driver that other people can call so they don't have to reinvent the wheel themselves or even learn how to do it properly. They just have to learn how your software interface works.
Well, David Craker and I are trying to figure this out, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you
we
guys
got
are kind of doing similar to what Nick was trying to do with Jim Brain there because he was going to have a MP3 player too, but except his would merge in the CoCo's DAC sound, so all that would come out combined on the speaker.
Yeah.
And he actually had it running with a prototype that Jim had sent him. It was just a bit crackly and stuff, had some issues. And then Jim kind of just, I don't know what happened, but he never got an updated version of it. And that was the end of that. And that was for Gunstar. Like I've actually heard it running because his son, who's a professional musician, just like you are, wrote nice movie thematic music that running in the background that changes per level, and it was really really impressive.
Yeah, David was thinking about that. So it's like, I wonder if you could modify the SDC, drill a hole in the SDC and put an audio input connected in. Because
If you want to do it on the SDC, I would talk to Darren Atkinson really quick because they're actually designing the SDC2 right now and they're adding hardware to it.
Oh, wow.
So get in there quick before it becomes finalized.
Oh, wow.
If it's not too late already.
Right,
I can
yeah.
reveal one thing on there that I know of because it's been publicly announced by Darren in the Discord is that a real-time clock chip is definitely being on there.
Well,
All these
assuming
years.
Yeah, assuming that pin, that takes the audio is not doing anything, because I don't know why it would on an SDC. It's just an analog audio in. Run like from our CoCo MP3, you could like just plug a little cable into it, potentially.
Yeah. And if you can offer something like that, because then people that buy a game, if they want to make it for both the regular CoCo, they can play it with the DAC sounds intact, so the program runs normally. But if you have the MP3 player, in addition, you also get like the nice soundtracks in the background, and that encourages people to buy them after they hear their friend with it type thing or see it at a fest.
You kind of still can. You have, if you plug the CoCo MP3 into just some powered speakers, you can actually, you'll get TV, digital audio in it. So it's not quite as slick, but it's still pretty good. But yeah, I'll have to. In fact, I'm going to go and talk to.
But yeah, definitely leave a message for Darren Atkinson, because they're literally working on it right now.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go and do that right now before I forget. Thank you. Thanks for the tip.
Yeah. I'm going to head out here too. I just heard some people got home, so I'll let you guys rack up your high scores, because I certainly didn't get any today.
Well, I have
Hey, later, guys.
Gabe.
Bye, Curtis.
Later.
Hi, Curtis. Thanks for joining us.
Defender.
Well, I too am going to sign off. Have a good night, gentlemen.
All right. See you
See you
later.
later.
Thanks for joining us.
See ya. See ya Saturday.
So how do we get Defender?
For Defender, that's in the archive. You need a CoCo 3 with a 6809 or 6309 and 512.
Okay. I will configure that. Yes, I do not have the real CoCo 3, but I can.
Yeah, it's just on the archive. It's on the archive.
$6309 with 512, right?
Yeah, I think it's 60. I think you need the 6309 for it. I can't remember actually. I haven't played it for a long time.
I finally got my my gamepad to work with it, which is cool. It worked my thumb a little bit because it's got the joystick's got the thumb control, which makes sense for this analog. Let me find this because I've played this game. I've been here a few times, so I want to make sure I'm part of this right. Let me find Defender on the. That's a disc, right? Or Defender is a disc, right?
It should be in under the discs in the archive.
Yes. I appreciate you working with me. I'm sorry for being a little bit behind.
Oh, no problem.
Son of a bitch.
Hey, you watch your mouth there, Sloopy.
Defender 1.0 by Glenn Howlett, right?
Yep.
You should check out his. You should check out his blog. It's called Nowhere Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he talks about all the stuff plus a lot of other programming stuff. Very informative.
I'm having dinner too, so.
It's like Nowhere Man 99 at Blogspot.
So we got 2 discs on this. I don't know that well this game. So now that I got this disc, I've got to mount them, or how do we say in the V6E, we call it cartridge. The 01 insert disc. One. Yeah, do these two on two different discs or no? Two different drives, I'm sorry. Defender. No, we didn't like that, so I've got to do this right. Do I run it? Yes, run. Yeah, run. I've got to remember good old fashioned extended basic defender.
I got to take off now, so later, everybody.
All right. See ya.
Oh wow, then there were 4.
Wait a minute, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I saw you were working with a PIA or some kind of configuration with the CoCo. That's so awesome.
Yeah. Sorry, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
I saw you earlier. I don't know on what, but I saw you working with PIA. I guess for I know a PIA only from reading from Rainbow way back, but you know.
Oh yeah. I've been Yep. I'm
You
still
got
I'm still learning this this CoCo thing. I'm new to the whole thing.
No, really?
tried to-
You didn't have it when you were younger, no?
No. This CoCo's came out before I was born.
Oh yeah. All right, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, I got something. I got a random thing on my screen. It's to decompress, I suppose.
Yeah, I grew up with the Tandy 1000s and the like the Windows 95, 98 computers, you know, Pentiums and stuff like that.
I tell you, the first computer I got outside of CoCo was a 286 I bought from a teacher at a community college. I was amazed at the Hercules graphics at the time. It was 780 by something else, $5 or something.
Hey, Albert, I sent you a link as a direct message to Glenn Hewlett's weblog. It's called nowhereman999 at wordpress.com.
Let me find you. This is my story. My dog did. So I got the Defender up. I had the joystick work for a Bandit, but what do I need to do on this?
Ooh, I got some of that ramen. That's right. Make some ramen.
What I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got me a pork loin once, carrots, and a mushroom.
Mm. Are we still live, Snoopy?
Yep.
Okay.
Why?
Oh, nothing. I just get a little anxious sometimes with the live streams, if you can't tell.
Why do you get anxious?
I don't know. I knew
What
I'd
do
be
you
able to
do?
do something about it.
Don't worry
What
about
do I
it.
need to do to get this?
No one's watching
Oh, sure,
anyway,
that's-
so
It's just us. It's just us folks, right?
yeah.
So what do I need to do to get this started? Oh wait, I got it right. No. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there is a pause button.
Holy sheep, huh?
Oh, let me check
Okay.
my CoCo SDC delivery. That's probably a great thing. That's kind of cool
Alright.
that there's a zip that has everything in it.
I heard about that. All right, so what I need to do to start this game?
What game are you playing?
Defender, do you see my screen? No?
No. I just see your mug.
All right, so let's try
Right.
this one. No,
Right.
no, wait, try this one.
Try F5.
There we go. There we go. So try what?
F5.
F5. Well, my keyboard's kind of weird on that. Let me find it.
That's a joke.
Oh, F1, right?
Well, no, you see,
Oh.
in MAME, the usual emulator for PC to emulate arcade games, you have to hit F5 to insert a coin. So you can get 1 credit because MAME emulates the actual arcade hardware. So in the arcade, you have to put a quarter in. And to do that in MAME on the PC, you hit F5. I don't know what. Try like 1 or try a keyboard smoosh.
You're so loud. Sorry. All right. I try 1. There we go.
You're in trouble.
Uh-oh.
How about fire though?
Try space.
Ah.
Don't die.
I try not to. I got into it, and it's doing some things. It's got the egg for.
Well, you have to remember the CoCo only has 2
Oh.
buttons.
I know.
All right, I'm gonna try. I try 1 more time at this. Then I'm going to.
I remember playing this in the 2600. That was a different adventure.
Yeah, that was a little bit easier.
Little blocks for the city, right? Supposed to be skyscrapers, right? Let's try it again. 1-1. I did that before, wasn't it? 2. I did something before, so I'm doing no more.
Man, I'm gonna make some pig's feet.
Yeah?
Yeah, you like that?
Oh yeah, where are you from? I'm from
Delaware.
Oh yeah, good food right there.
Yeah, me and Sloopy are pretty close together. He lives in Maryland.
You're in the awesome part of town to be.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just saying I'm from Louisiana, but it doesn't mean I'm Louisiana. So, you know.
Oh, there you go. Oh yeah,
This
you're
is
in a good spot. You're in a good place, man. I heard that Louisiana fried fish is the best fried fish you can get.
Don't forget the crawfish, the best ever.
Really?
All right, let's try it again because I got to play once. Don't want me to do it again. It's fun.
You know that's true. There's a Louisiana crayfish company in there.
Crawfish, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody was telling me to order from them, and they can ship it to you like same day or next day or whatever.
You got to do it in this week or something because the crawfish will be old after that.
Mm.
All right, come on. What did I do to get to work? I pressed F1 something.
Mm.
How's that doing? Oh wait, I did something wrong. All right. Let's try it again, huh?
I'm really ducking up.
Oh, there you got 30,700 high score. That's pretty good.
Wait a minute, what you playing?
Chambers.
I tried the
Game
game
ending this
bundle. Is it the one to play right now?
Yeah, it's ending.
So there's a game of the week, right?
Yeah. Ends tomorrow.
I didn't ever get that far with me. I bet better look with that. So let me find it again. What does alternate dump mean? Does that mean it's an different?
What?
Alternate dump? What does that mean?
An alternate dump is probably an alternate dump of the ROMs.
This is getting hard. Let's see.
Really ducking.
Come on. Why you asking me? It takes a while, man. Not that one. Oh no.
You made up for right there, didn't you?
Oh.
Oops.
It's
I
hard.
think that's going to be it.
I mean, if I would have had this game when I had a 32 64K back in 85, I would have.
All right. Let's do the end of the show.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to another great episode of the CoCo Nation Game On Challenge Live. This week, we played Chambers, Demolition Derby, and Chispy. Join us Saturday when we will be announcing the high scores for Chambers. We'll also be talking about tips and tricks and the history of the game. We will also have project updates and acquisitions. And we'll have the news with L. Curtis Boyle. Last but not least, we'll be announcing a new game for the next 2 weeks. Yes, we finally get a new game. So
Saturday at what time?
2 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific.
Perfect.
11 p.m.
2 Eastern, so I need to know.
And then join us next Thursday at 8 p.m. for another great episode of the CoCo Nation Game On Challenge Live, where we will hear Ken say, Ken's not here, man.